Hey y'all! So today we're going to make, as promised, something similar to this. So how nice would it be able to go to someone's house and bring them cookies or something and give them the plate as well. This is a really inexpensive gift or an easy way to glam up your holiday table, whichever you choose. I love the camper pattern, so I chose this for me, but I have done a couple of other things. I have made a bowl. This one's a little bit more challenging, but I made a bowl with the buffalo plaid because I'm mad for buffalo plaid. And I have also made a pie plate with Thanksgiving decor or fabric for the pattern. So, like I said, I'm going to demonstrate today how to do that real easy. If you have any questions, just let me know. What I'm going to be using is just a clear glass plate. This one I believe came from Walmart. It may have been $1. This particular plate came from the Dollar Tree. It was $1. This little bowl was $2 from Walmart, and this pie plate was $2.50 from Walmart. So very inexpensive. As far as the fabric goes, I chose a holiday pattern. I'm in love with the vintage truck, so you'll see me posting a lot of things with the vintage truck on it, but I really love the vintage truck. This particular one is a 1 yard. It's called Seasonal Fabrics, and I believe it was $3.97 if I had to remember correctly. The other patterns that I've chosen for the other things were just fat quarters. They're called fat quarters, and you can see they're $1.50. They're already pre-cut at Walmart as well. So very easy, and here we go. This is Matcha Podge. Matcha Podge you can get at the dollar store, so this one came from the dollar store. This one came from Hobby Lobby. The difference between the two is this one is dishwasher safe and this one is not. So I have used dishwasher safe on the products that I did before. I'm going to go ahead and just use the high gloss one, Matcha Podge, on this particular one just to show you that it sticks just the same. So the first thing you need to do is just turn your plate over and use some rubbing alcohol, and I just have some alcohol wipes on hand. So what I'll do is just kind of clean the plate real good all around, because you want the Matcha Podge to be able to stick to it. So once that's done, what you're going to do next is take your fabric, and you're going to see this is a lot of fabric. This is a 1 yarder that I was talking about. You're going to take your fabric and place it on top, just kind of as a measurement of what you want. So what I'd like to do is to place one of the trucks kind of in the center of the plate. You don't have to do that, but just for my reasons, I like to do that, so it's totally up to you. So now that I know kind of where the center is, you can cut around. Let me just move this a little bit here. You can cut around the plate. So you don't have to make the shape of the plate, just cut enough fabric off. So working with the fat quarters is a whole lot easier than working with the 1 yard fabric, but I really love this fabric, and I did not see it in the one fat quarter, so that's how it is. And then just shape it, or just cut it so that it will be overlapping of your plate. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is take your Matcha Podge and just shake it up. You will also need a foam brush, and these came from the Dollar Tree. And what we're going to do is just put a glob on there, and you are going to just coat the plate with Matcha Podge. Now I would recommend putting down some type of thing on your table, because you will get it on there. You will get some of the Matcha Podge on there. Craft paper or disposable tablecloth, whichever you choose is fine. And just get it good and thick on there. Now what we want to do is make sure that some of these lines, I'm not sure if you can see them in here, but some of the thicker lines, we just kind of want to spread those out. So just quickly, we don't want it to dry, so we're just quickly moving the glue around. And that looks pretty decent. Again, just smear it. From here, what we're going to do is take our fabric, and like I said, if you want to have a pattern in a certain way, you can. What I'm going to do is just put the fabric down on the truck, and we are going to, you can look at it from the other side and see how it looks. So I kind of have one in the center there. And then flip it back, and you are just going to run your hands down it, and sometimes the glue will come a little bit through. That's okay. And if you notice on the other side it wasn't real clear, but it will dry clear. Matcha Podge does dry clear. We want to smooth out any type of wrinkles that we have. So as we can have that. And then what I'm going to do now is just take my scissors and just trim around it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I am going to trim around it. And just keep your scissors nice and flat. And then if you do have excess fabric when you're finished, you can trim that off as well. That we have the fabric on there. The next step that we will do is we're going to coat this again in a layer of Mod Podge. Again, the Mod Podge will dry clear. Can't talk this morning. So again, just pour that on there. Get a good amount on there, and go back over it. And again, smoothing out any ripples that you might see, and going all the way down to the bottom. Your hands might get a little gooey. You could put gloves on if you would like. I just recommend washing your hands pretty good after you're done. And if you notice any of your spots lifting up, like on this particular side, this spot is lifting up. So what I'll do is just add a little bit more Matcha Podge and then press it down. So if you see any of those spots, maybe a couple over here. Now Matcha Podge takes about 28 days to cure. So if you're thinking about doing this for the holidays, I'd go ahead and get a jump start. For those of you who know me, know that I am not, I don't like to wait. I have no patience for anything. So what I do is I cure it in the oven at 175 degrees for 1 hour. Don't worry, your fabric will not burn. And then once it's cured in the oven, it just speeds up the process a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Just further down the sides over here. Again, if I have any left, just push down any bubbles that I see. So this would be really fun to take to someone's house for a holiday party. Just put some cookies on there. You could even make it for your mantle. Put a plate plate on your mantle. Some people like to do that kind of thing. Another great thing you could do is find a iron-on letter. If you found some fabric that you just absolutely love, then you could iron on the letter to the fabric and have that be your focal point on the inside, and then surround it by your fabric. And what I'm going to do is flip this over now. And it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. So what I will do is I will put this in the oven to cure. Now what I like to do is take a really sharp pair of scissors and just cut around where I see some fabric overhanging, so you can see right there. So you would just cut it. So just cut straight down so that you don't make your fabric too short. Again, just cutting around. Sometimes these little round edges can be a little tricky, but you could do it. Again, the Matcha Podge in the orange container, this particular one, is not dishwasher friendly, so that would mean you would have to wash it by hand. Now if you're just using this as a serving tray, you just have to wash the top anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Now the blue one is dishwasher safe, so you could put it in the dishwasher top rack. My edges. See, this edge is a little bit curled up. Again, it's those rounded edges, so you just want to follow it around. And we might need to put just a little more glue on there. Yeah, see, it's coming up just a little bit. Oop. And we'll just bed a little glue there and push it down. All right. And then any excess glue I'll just put on top of there. So our finished product, besides the actual cure time for it, I've got one little snag right here. And here we go. Looks pretty good. I'm in love with this vintage truck, like I said. It's very classy looking. This would be a great way to spruce up your table for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Real easy to do. Just pick your favorite fabric, and it's so easy to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it. Leave any comments. I'll put a vote out there if you think you can do this from what I've taught you, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Crafty Corner.